Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, we're all good to go. We got audio, excellent. Today, we are continuing our epic build of the upscaled blue astronaut. Everybody's favorite new set, obviously. Definitely mine. Hopefully, we'll get some people in chat. We're a day early because it is the long weekend, Easter weekend. So Friday and Monday are a holiday for some people, for Crystal especially. So it's this weekend. Hopefully we'll be doing some other things, non-Lego related, although the weather looks terrible. It's going to rain a ton. But hopefully we get some people in the chat. Oh, Bill's in the chat, Brian's in the chat. Excellent. I saw him Versalo making some comments earlier. Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing great. Yeah, so today we're going to give our little blue guy some legs. Some magic legs. Just like Lieutenant Dan. Oh, Deborah's in the chat. Excellent. Glad to see some people alive and well. Joining, as always. What do we have? We have instructions, I believe. Yes, we do. Oh, already open to some random page. Oh, no, this is what we're building. We're building hips. Excellent. Yeah, so we finished we jumped around quite a bit. We built that torso and the head and the arms. And now we're going to start building legs. And, I took a quick glance ahead. Try and see what we're in for, and it's going to be a challenge. I will say that much. There's a lot of funky building going on here. Some like reversing stud directions, and which probably won't be that big an issue, but the biggest issue is just space. The hips where the legs join are only 2 studs wide. And yeah, trying to get gears and such in there. Whew. And then the legs, I think the legs will be fine. I think what we'll do is we'll put a gear on the legs, and then have. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. What do I got here? I got some things. Oh yeah, I did actually redesign, or not really redesign. It's the same design as we left it last Friday, but I rebuilt this just to make it a little more solid. And I actually extended an axle out the bottom of the torso, which I believe I discussed last week. So that this axle will be available to drive the legs, however that happens. But otherwise, it's the same design. I just kind of made it a little more robust, so he works nice and reliably, which is always important. Ah, Michaelian McNaughty. Oh, haven't seen you in ages. Happy building. Excellent. Lucky Duck Bricks. Ooh, I missed the last few live. Excited to see where this goes. Thanks. It's going to be building something. That's what it's going to be. I believe the hips, yeah, they're part of some bag we already opened. Bag 2. So I already have the pieces out. So hopefully they are all still in here. And I have a feeling, as I mentioned, that this will require some massive redesign. But for now, we're just going to build it as is. See what we're working with here. And then I think we'll have to do some major rebuilding. I mean, I already know, like, if we want to drop an axle through here, none of these pieces will be able to be used. Yeah, so. Yeah, we'll need at least a hole to drop a vertical axle through. Then we'll need some space for a gear mounted horizontally. Then we'll need some way of meshing them together. yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well, interesting for me. I don't know about everybody else, but I am cautiously optimistic that we'll get something to work. I guess the biggest question will be whether or not we can get something to work while still being able to hide all the gearing and everything, because, as I said, space is a little bit tight. But I do believe, as I said, I glanced through this a little bit. I think there's some like funky stuff going on here to reverse directions and such. I guess the other question will be how strong this ends up being as well. Oh yeah, already this is interesting. Yeah, so this whole hip configuration is built studs up, but this bottom bit here is built studs down. Well, yeah, we reverse the studs, stick that in there. Interesting. It's so interesting. Oh yeah, and then we just connect them all together using these. Okay. So here's our hips. Ooh, yeah. We need an axle and a gear in there. All right. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I'm missing. Interesting. I probably was a bit aggressive in my cleanup at some point. Or I used that light gray piece in the head somewhere. Actually, I probably did. I probably used... There's a light gray 2x4 with holes that was supposed to be used here. But anyway, I'll just use a different color. I assume the gray is not going to be visible. It's got some colorful hips going on the inside, that's for sure. Okay, sorry. Oh man, my instructions are in the way. I'm a bit late getting started, but... And Borsalo, would the hips be possible to make using a similar gear system as the shoulders? Used it to allow for the neck axle. Yeah, absolutely. I believe, in fact, we are going to pretty much do that, exactly that. Well, we'll try anyway. Yeah, I mean, really, yeah, it's going to be very similar. We'll have a gear, theoretically, we'll have a gear on each side of the hips here, attached to the leg, and then we'll have a gear mounted horizontally above it. I think we can hollow all this out and, yeah, get a gear to fit in there. And then obviously all this needs to be rebuilt. It probably won't be too bad actually. Because we have these everything's being held together by these side plates. Actually, we can remove chunks of the inside. And it should still be pretty solid. Drop an axle in here. Obviously we'll have to change some of this. But yeah, we'll see. First I guess that's probably as far as I need to build on the hips before. Because what do we have here? Oh yeah, we just have the frame. Oh, yeah, we just have this frame. Okay, well I might as well just build the frame anyway. And then we should, well then we'll move on to a leg. We'll build some legs. And we'll see how we can get a gear in there. my sump pump's going off. Things are melting. The ground's unfreezing. That should only last a minute. Would 3 small thin gears work, or would the amount of rotation be too small? I mean, it doesn't really matter what the size of the gear is. It's more the ratio of the gear on the legs connected to the gear on the inside. So if they're, right now the gear driving the arms, each arm is a 20-tooth gear, and the gear driving them is a 20-tooth gear. So we get a 1-to-1 ratio of head to arms. But they could have been any size gears. Even if they were like 12-tooth gears, as long as they're all 12-tooth gears, it would still be a 1-to-1 ratio. But I actually think the legs, well, we'll see. If we'll go 1-to-1, or maybe, yeah, maybe go slightly different. We will see how the cards, where the cards may fall. Is that a saying? Yeah, something like that. Well, Brian will be right back. Oh, no problem, my friend. Okay, there's our hips. Oh yeah, so anyway, actually this is pretty chill. Yeah, so this whole thing is built upside down, actually. I might as well stick it together and see what happens. Okay, yeah, so here's our hip assembly. Oh yeah, now we put our tiles on, I assume. Tiles? Yeah, we need some tiles. All right, and then we cover it all up with little round bits. Gotta make it look pretty. I have a feeling we're going to be disassembling all this. Yeah, so anyway, I do have this axle sticking in here, so actually we'll take that out. Yeah, so yeah, so in theory, right, okay, so that's cool. I'm not going to stick it in right now because I just need to take it out again anyway. Okay, okay. Excellent. Okay, on to some legs. What are we doing here? Legs. Okay, excellent. Oh, a lot of parts left over. I guess that's all from the torso. Oh no, where's my where's my box? Oh, there it is. Man, still quite a bit left. I guess, what do we have to do? Oh, just legs. I guess there's back for each leg and then the air tanks. Trying to break out the back. Why did that post twice? That's a great question. Great question. Okay, we'll do some legs. Wow, pretty involved legs. I guess we'll just build one leg. That's all we really need in order to determine what needs to happen. And I imagine these are actually just mirrored from each other. But we'll just build one because we are going to need to rebuild it pretty significantly, I imagine. Well, actually, the bottom probably will be fine. But who knows? Oh my gosh, what do we got going on here? I'll try and separate these out a little bit. We do have a lot of bricks, which I like. 6 by 6 foot. Excellent. Cool. Oh my gosh, just put that in the wrong spot. As one does. Yeah, what's new in the Lego world? Oh yeah, they just announced the FIFA sets, which look a little funky. Definitely not my jam, but you know, they don't seem too exciting, but never underestimate football fans. So I'm sure they'll actually sell pretty well. Or maybe not. Who knows? Bill, maybe the point of support could be underside of the hip between the legs. Oh yeah, that's another thing we definitely need to consider is how we're going to support the entire model, because obviously the legs won't be able to. I think Borsallo was asking before the stream started, how would we make it actually walk or just have it like suspended and the legs move? And we're definitely not going to make it actually walk, because that would be insane. So we're basically gonna have support the model somehow, like floating above the ground, I guess, just above the ground, and have the legs move. And actually, I was thinking maybe we should make a light gray base plate, like moon crater style. I think that would be pretty sweet to have the whole model suspended over. But yeah, we'll need a way to support the whole model, which is going to be pretty heavy. And yeah, under the hips would be cool, like have it just support on here. But I think the legs are actually very tight together. I mean, Bill, you built this, did you not? But I guess maybe we could, have the support come out the front and the back, or just the back. Anyway, we'll see. That's a whole other thing. We'll worry about that at the end. Maybe we can just support him by the air tanks. I don't know. Who knows? He would run away then. Yeah, absolutely. Did you watch the Artemis 2 launch? Yes, I did, obviously. I watched it with my 2 daughters, and between that and Project Hail Mary, my oldest wants to be an astronaut. Well, who doesn't want to be an astronaut? I mean, it does sound like a lot of work, actually. I'm too old for that now, but yeah, obviously, a lot of people wanted to be would have loved to be an astronaut, or at least the idea of being an astronaut, a cool astronaut that did cool things. But yeah, the Artemis 2 launch was pretty awesome. It was great to watch. In hindsight, I should have. Oh man, I guess we could have done I could have done a stream and built the Artemis. Oh man, why didn't I do that? But I have neither of the Artemis sets. Though the Technic one still looks pretty sweet. I still might pick that up at some point. Maybe we can do one. Surely there's going to be some. Well, I think they're streaming the whole thing, are they not? Maybe. I mean, I don't know how exciting it is after when they're going to be in transit, but. Maybe we can do an Artemis stream. I guess next week. Oh man, I better get on that if I want to have one here for next week. Bill, yeah, I built it. The feet are close together. The bottom half of the legs are half a stud. The top of the legs are 2 studs. Oh, okay. Okay. Mox from scratch. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? And you can easily modify the bottom legs to be 2 studs. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's some options. We might have to do something like that. Or at least, yeah, the bottom is flush. Oh, yeah, there's a panel here, I believe. So we can take that out. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. Maybe we can thin out the legs a little bit. We'll see what needs to be done. When we get to the modification stage. All right. And I think the legs are actually pretty stubby, I think, aren't they? Relative to a minifig. They do look a bit stubby. I think the proportions of these minifigs are a little bit... These upscaled minifigs are a little bit off, actually. Ooh, we got to put some fun Technic bits together. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, I forgot to put... Oh my god. An axle through there. Oh yeah, this is a pretty stiff joint. This is not going to be... We're not going to be carry over this. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, interesting. We're going to have to fit a gear in here somewhere to mesh with the hips. Dragon Shadow 1902. Totally different option. Have the feet constructed to move from the ground connection, right? As the ground shifts back and forth, the legs move forwards and backwards, not connected directly to the head and arm. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely an option. And in some ways that would make things a lot easier, actually. Yeah, just have the legs freely spinning, and then whatever drives this in the back would have some kind of way to drive the feet from the back. And actually that would be much simpler in terms of mechanics, but actually, and for like a display that's more reliable, maybe that's the better approach. But I'm actually super curious if we can just embed all of the mechanics internally. More as just a challenge for myself, I think would be pretty sweet. Brian is using the free bus station Wi-Fi, but the bus keeps moving and the router is on the stop, so the Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting. Oh man, that's terrible. Not me. Hello, hey, welcome. I believe the legs are made 1 brick or so short. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wi-Fi quality is very good if the bus doesn't move. They use the ratchet joint because it's very top heavy. Oh yeah, with the helmet and air tanks. Upscaled minifigs. Used double... Oh, ball joints that could tip over. Oh, interesting. Mox from Scratch built the 51515 Easter egg decorating robot. Oh yeah, cool, which is inspired by my EV3 Easter egg decorating machine. Oh, that's awesome. Very topical. Had I been more on the ball and made Easter themed stream. Yeah, I seem to be bypassing all the holidays these days. Didn't really build anything fancy for Valentine's Day or Easter, St. Patrick's Day. That's okay. Okay, we've got two of these guys. Yeah, interesting. All right, and then we get some kind of panel on the bottom. I guess we should build that just to finish up. Yeah, okay, so we got a leg. And then we stick the leg, right. Okay, what do we got to work with here? Oh yeah, cool. Good range of motion, actually. Okay, now to take it all apart. Because that is definitely what we're going to have to do. Okay, so step one. I want to stick a gear in here. Okay, we want to, with as minimal changes as possible. Oh my gosh. Okay, first I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. So in theory, actually I think I can leave all that the way it is. We'll get some gears. Okay, and actually before we, oh yeah, I pulled this from the torso. So in theory, I'm just going to conceptualize some things first. So I have a 2-stud wide hips, and then we're going to have, we're going to definitely use some bevel gears because we need to. So the bevel gears actually mesh. Oh, got all kinds of gear, Technic stuff floating around the table. Okay, so we'll have something like so. Yeah, and then in theory, we can mesh gears on the side of this. Right. Excellent. Yeah, so we'll probably do something like this configuration. We'll have gears for the legs here, one gear in the middle, just like the arms. So as the gear on the hips rotates, the legs will rotate as well. But one thing, we have 2 pins already we can work with here. So actually, I think if we go a bit bigger, these are like 24-tooth gears. Do we have space to put this? Oh yeah, can we just put this in there? Oh yeah. Wow, look at that. So in theory, we put a gear there, have mesh here. Yeah, interesting. And actually, because this is 20 to 24, no, 28, these are 28 tooth gears, or yeah, 20 to 28. We'll get a little bit of gear reduction, which we probably want. We probably don't need the legs to move too much, because then, yeah, we start getting some interference. But, okay, question though, does, oh yeah, this works. No interference? Wow, amazing. Oh yeah, but we're definitely going to need some space. Yeah, obviously that's not gonna. Oh, but maybe if we go instead of the double bevel gear. Update him now to Metro Station. It has free charging as well. Oh, well, excellent. The penguins for Valentine's. Oh, yeah, we built the penguins for Valentine's, which I guess is kind of Valentine's Day themed, but all I meant to say is I didn't build anything like custom. Oh, yeah, actually, I don't know if you can see that. That's awesome. We just have enough clearance. Oh, man, that's great, actually. What about these? I'm still missing a piece in the back here. Oh yeah, I don't know about this. We might have to change. Might have to change this up a little bit in order to get enough clearance. Oh yeah, definitely. That will definitely have to change. At least the one, basically just the one stud around the gear. So we're actually we'll leave two of these the same. But I think we'll just put a oh, actually I already had an extra cheese slope in here somewhere. We'll just put a cheese slope at the back of the leg here, even though it's not the same angle. It'll have to do, at least for now. Yeah, then in theory, oh yeah, there should be enough clearance for this to wrap around. Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, anyway, we'll see about that. Yeah, so in theory, well, and then obviously we'll need, okay, well, first of all, yeah, we definitely need some, okay, so we need to mount a gear in here somehow. This is problem number 2. And we also need, well, we need to connect these to here. That's a bit low, but, okay, so we'll need Technic brick. I do have some Technic bricks. From the torso. We can use. Okay, we're just going to start putting stuff together and see what happens. Maybe May the 4th, but that's a Monday. Oh, Bill, yeah. We can still have some kind of theme. Okay, so obviously we'll need an axle hole through the base here. So we'll keep that like this. And then we'll need to somehow mount this gear above that. And actually, I guess we want studs down. First, I want to see where this axle hole, these two mounting points, this axle hole and this Technic hole, this is where the current leg attaches. So we want the center hole to actually be somewhere in between those, which, just because of the spacing, so actually we'll just move this like 2 plates up. It's not going to be exactly the same height, but it'll be close enough. So if we move this 2 plates up, this hole will have to be basically in between those two. But obviously it can't be just because of the way the dimensions work, converting Technic to system. But if we make it 2 studs up, it'll be close, or 2 plates up, it'll be close enough. So we actually want a brick and then a bracket. Brick brack. So in theory, we'll have something like that. Right, and then that'll go there. Then we'll need... Oh yeah, this is all going to be very... Very, very interesting. And for now, I just want to see what height this needs to be at. Well, that's too much. Oh yeah, that's actually really good. So in theory, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, we'll mount. Well, theoretically, this will, theoretically, this will work really well. In terms of positioning, actually that half bevel gear is exact right height that we need. Oh yeah, actually this will work. This will work great. Amazing. Obviously, we can't use a 2x4 plate, this Technic plate with holes here, because, well, it'll interfere with the rest of the hips. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Speed test by Google says Metro Internet is very fast. Excellent. Anyways, do you have the other upscaled minifigure, Jason? I do not have any other upscaled minifigures. I was thinking about putting Harry Potter's head on the Spaceman. That would be something. And Marcelo, that would look more natural considering that people usually swing their arms more than their legs, move while walking. Yes, good point. May 1st should be a Friday, pre-May 4th. Oh yeah. Did you do anything for April Fools? I did not. There's nobody to fool around here, sadly. I mean, Crystal leaves for work much earlier than I get up at the moment. So no, I guess I could have done something. But by the end of the day, everybody knows it's April Fool's, so it's less effective. May Fools. McKaylee... The spacing on the hips legs seems like it has to be built this way. Amazing fit. Yeah, I mean, actually, at least in terms of the gear meshing, it works out incredibly well. Okay, but obviously, what's our spacing for the rest of the hips here? We have, from the bracket, we have 2 plates out. So, obviously, whatever this gear... However we mount this gear at top here, like I can't just bring a plate up directly like we have in the original build because it will interfere. But we can go up. Oh, interesting. I wonder, we just need, anyway, we have a plate on the other side of that. So if we like, put these out by a plate, and then this thing has oh yeah, it's got, well, the 2x8 plate goes up right against, we have 2x4. Okay, so in theory, hold on, I'm just gonna get some plates. We might just have to rebuild this a little bit. Which, I mean, obviously we're going to have to rebuild it a lot. Okay, I'm going to dismantle this a little bit. So we want to see if we get these brackets mounted in the same way. So we'll have brackets here, here, and here. So in theory, oh man, this is like the happiest accident ever. Oh yeah, interesting. That half bevel gear, there's actually just enough space. Oh man, it doesn't even bind at all. It actually fits into the space on the underside of that 2x4 plate. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's got like the perfect amount of clearance. Oh my god, that's... Oh my god, that's amazing. But I'll probably get a 2x3 plate there. Let's beef this up a little bit. So in theory, yeah, it's funny if I actually put like we can't put a full 2x8 plate like we have in the original because the edge of this 20-tooth gear the teeth will actually interfere with this tube on the underside of the 2x8 plate. It'll actually interfere. There's like no way that'll work. But if we just reconfigure this to have built out of separate plates, the actual gap between the sidewall of the 2x4 plate and the first tube, there's actually enough space. It's actually the perfect fit for the half bevel gear. Oh my god, it's amazing. Brian the Brick, do you think the Kit Kat heist is real? Oh, they say it's very serious and no laughing matter, but the response from the other brands seems less real. I mean, who knows? Yeah, I haven't been following too closely on that. I just heard some rumblings about it. Dragon Shadow, we'll have to rebuild them stronger, faster, yeah. There's a bus with a special livery coming soon. Oh. Am I going to get the DC-3 and make it fly? Ooh. I mean, the thing looks huge. I don't know if I have enough space for that. Okay, so in theory, let's see what we got going on here. So in theory, yeah, this all works pretty well. Then in theory, all these side panels can go on. Curved panels. I mean, obviously we're going to need some weight amount. Well, obviously this axle is going to need some support somewhere along the way, but in theory, oh no. Oh no, I need to move. Oh no, actually that needs to go down one. Sorry, my spacing got a little messed up somewhere along the way. That Technicolor needs to be down one plate than where it is. It's funny, just with the fact that half bevel gear is running through that space under the 2x4 plates, it's actually pretty well constrained in here by itself, which seems ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Oh, so good. And the outward appearance is basically unchanged. I mean, we did have to put a Yeah, we had to put a cheese slope there, but at the end of the day, that's pretty awesome. Where's our Hamburg and Eric? Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's Thursday instead of Friday, so that might have something to do with it. Okay, where instructions? I guess we can get rid of the instructions for a second, for a hot minute. Okay, but we do need to somehow still... Yeah, I guess the top of this is pretty... Well, actually, we need an axle hole through the entire thing. So obviously, this needs some massive rebuilding as well. So we'll do some deconstruction here. We're just going to start from... We'll start from the start. Step one, obviously, we'll need a Technic plate with an axle hole. Then obviously these brackets, we cannot use them as such because there's no axle hole in the middle. But instead of having these 2x4s, we're actually just going to use these 1x1 or 1x1 plate with the bracket, long bracket on the side. So this will leave the center open to have a stud hole, but still have the side studs where we want them. So we'll do that. Then these things on the ends, we'll basically try and reproduce this as best we can while still... So we'll put these on the ends, which is fine. There's no interference. Whatever these, I guess these can stay. It's fine. But obviously this brick will have to go. Same with all these brackets. None of these pieces will work. So we'll just get rid of all those. But then we can just put some more plates in there. We basically just want to continue this hole vertically down through the entire thing while still having some kind of strength. And then in theory, I don't know how long that axle needs to be. But actually, I'm going to put a Technic connector in here so that if we ever pull the axle out, hopefully it'll not pull that gear out. So these originally were 8 studs long to the top of this. So that means these only overlap by a stud. Yeah, so in theory, this will be mounted like so. And actually, I'm going to do some fancy shenanigans in here. Still a work day tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's national holiday here tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, it's Children's Day. Then on Monday, it's Tomb Sweeping Day. Wow. So we get a 4-day vacation. That's awesome. I mean, Crystal gets both days off too. I believe But most people, yeah, don't. They only get Easter Monday off? No, Good Friday. I don't even know anymore. I've been out of the workplace for so long in Canada that I don't even remember. Okay, but you see how when I push these together, there's nothing... In the original build, obviously this core was completely solid. But that's no longer the case. But we're going to... I'm going to bridge this gap a little bit because we have space, I think. What do we have here? We have this here. Yeah, there's a little bit of... We're gonna get some brackets. We're gonna do some trickery to... I'm basically going to build... Yeah, I'm gonna build a little frame. And I think we can go... Yeah, we're gonna build a little frame. At least above the level of the top of the legs, we can actually build out a little bit without any interference because it just goes into the gap of this hip frame. Yeah, because this goes here. So we actually have all this space in here to build whatever the heck we want into. So I'm actually going to build this little bracket. Oh yeah, that works really well. We'll just put this little bracket. Oh yeah, it works great actually. Love it when a plan comes together. Actually, I'm just going to take this one off. So we'll just build this configuration of brackets to keep everything separated. Yeah. Oh yeah, great. Awesome. Then we have... Oh yeah. Oh man, we can do all kinds of things going on in here. Oh, it's amazing. Oh yeah, we can actually even make it stronger than it was before. Actually, I'm just going to put another technique. Why not more? We'll just stack them up. Actually, I guess we don't need to stack them up. I'm going to drop this one down, though. Okay, right. So then we have that there, which is amazing. And then actually I think we can use a... can over-engineer this all the way. Oh yeah. Do we have any more 1x4 plates? Oh, we have red ones. Sure, we'll get some red ones in there. And then a bracket. Oh yeah, so now we can just actually connect this right on the side here. Oh yeah, oh super good. We'll stick an axle in there. And then for good measure, we'll flatten that up a little bit. So the big test is actually what happens when we drive this axle. So in theory, if I'm holding on to the hips, oh yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my God, it works. It works. It's amazing. I mean, obviously, it's only a single axle connection, so the leg's a bit loosey-goosey. But actually, I think it kind of tilts in a bit, but I guess they'll be right beside each other at the bottom here. Oh, so actually if they... Oh, I wonder if they'll interfere. Once the legs, the bottom of the feet, like pass each other, they'll like tilt in and then they might bind as they come back. I might have to, yeah, get rid of a stud there or something. Yeah, so then in theory, well, obviously... Actually, I want this oriented the right way. Yeah, in theory, we stick that right into that. Oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. It will work. Oh, the unfortunate thing is that the legs will move in sequence with the arms. Oh yeah, so good. It would be better, I think, if the legs moved opposite the arms, but that is not going to happen, sadly. Yeah, because for the arms and the legs, the gears connected to each limb is driven by a gear at the top, so they actually will move, like the left limbs will move forward at the same time instead of being staggered, which is a bit unfortunate. But the only way to mitigate that is to put like a gearbox in the middle of the torso, which I don't think there's room to switch the direction of the axle, but that'll be a next level thing. I think you might have to round the corners of the feet. Oh yeah, that's also a great idea. I think blocked of axle are more sturdy to the connection of the hips. I think blocked of axle. If they're coming in 3 stud lengths though. Legs could move together like the astronauts jumping around on the moon. Oh, interesting. Andrew B. Yeah, unfortunately, that is actually would be a lot harder in this configuration. Okay, so now in theory, we can B-fold this up again. Put this back on. Oh, wait, we have to make sure. Oh, yeah. Hips still have clearance. Okay, now I guess we got to build the other foot, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, where's my other foot? I guess we need the instructions back. Don't want to do that. Bag 4. Everybody loves building the same thing again, twice in a row. Oh my gosh, Bill. Hitting us up with the medical term is ipsilateral galt. Interesting. Part 24316 is what I meant to say. 24316. Oh yeah, axle with the stopper at the end. Okay, what happened to my instructions? Separate these out a little bit because we definitely need 4 of these. Where's the other one? There it is. As far as the bottoms of the legs goes, yeah, we might need to round them out. Actually, I'm just going to build them as is, and we'll see. It really depends on what the range of motion of the legs is. And because they are geared down a little bit, they won't swing as much as the arms. But still, it all depends on whether or not they actually, the feet clear each other. But actually, it would be pretty chill to round them out. You could put a 3x3 corner plate there, put a macaroni brick here, and then you could put another 3x3 corner brick there. There's a lot of options. You can put like this 2x6 plate with rounded corners, or this 3x3, or both, whatever, and then a macaroni brick. Yeah. So we'll keep that in the back pocket as an option. Will you get the new Rockin' Happy Plants? Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted. I'm not sure because, I mean, I guess we could do the same thing as the other ones, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, I probably will. I mean, they're super cute. I mean, I'll definitely add them to my wanted list, and we'll see if it works out that I pick them up at some point. I probably won't prioritize them though, as like I don't need to get them right away by any means. But they do look pretty cool. We want a 4x4. What's going on here? I'm just jumping ahead because I already did this. Nobody likes building stuff again. 4x4. The regular Happy Plants are so cheap. Yeah, $20 Canadian. Yeah, it's actually a great value set, especially since they're so cute. I mean, they're pretty fun little sets. Zizou! The Rockin' Plants do look fun. Yeah, they do look pretty fun. I mean, that's how Lego gets you. They get you sucked into one cool set, and then all of a sudden they release like a companion set, and you're like, well, I got the first one. I gotta buy the second one too. Okay. Oh yeah, no, we want a gear on here. Geared up. Obviously these we'll need to modify again, as we have. Faces are all prints. Yep, they're all prints. Companion sets are a trap. Yes. Companion CMFs also. Yeah, thankfully I haven't really got sucked into the collectible minifigures. I get a few occasionally when yeah, they're particularly interesting. I guess the new wave actually is looking pretty good. With the Bionicle figure. It's also an interesting one. But again, like I don't need any of them, so I don't feel like super compelled to buy them. Oh, Star Wars buildable droids, yeah. I feel like I have to get every one of the droids, but I keep telling myself not to get BB-8 until a sale. Yeah. I have a few droids as well. I don't have them all. Thankfully, but I managed to resist that urge. Okay. Oh yeah, in the bottom. Which we still have yet to determine if we need to change any of this. Well, that is extra. Okay, so in theory, we got some hips. Hips don't lie. Oh yeah, so if you go too much, definitely, I mean, they make it pass, actually. Yeah, they just interfere a little bit, eh? If you go past the passing point. Oh my god, it actually is super annoying. pretty funny. Hilarious. So hilarious. It's a shame because actually there's been so few, like minimal changes. Like the only thing we changed on the legs is that slope in the back and the gear. It'd be pretty sweet if like that's all we had to do. Oh, I guess I dropped the legs. They're half a plate lower than they used to be, just by way of the geometry. So the center bulge in the hips doesn't quite match the legs. I mean, that's just a small sacrifice we have to make for the getting the gears to mesh properly. But yeah, interesting. I'm curious. Like, how much will the legs move? Am I ready to actually just connect this together? I have a feeling I don't want to push down too much because we need to figure out how to support this guy by the hips and legs. But in theory, we got a full astronaut. Oh my god. Oh, actually, the legs. Oh, yeah. So in normal. Oh, no. There, we went too far. He's waddling. He's just waddling a little bit. I'm waiting for sale on the animal ones. Oh yeah, could save quite some money to be used to get the next series. Yeah. BB-8 needs to be motorized. Oh yes. I mean, I have the first BB-8, right? There's two, right? Yeah, I have the old one. I didn't buy the new one. I mean, I don't know. Does it need to be motorized? Maybe. How about R2-D2? I have the most recent R2-D2, which is a bit smaller, I think, than the... Like, how many R2-D2s did they make? There's at least two. I have the latest R2-D2. It's still in a box, though. Maybe just try and switch 3749 part with the axle I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure what exactly that would do. Oh, the pin would wobble a lot. Right. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, right now the pin wobbles quite a bit. Unfortunately, you're never going to change. It's only connected. It's only going to be connected with like one pin in the hips, which is really what the problem is. I mean, it doesn't really matter how far into the legs it extends. And they have to be separate pins because they're rotating at different... Yeah, it's like this. It's the wobbliness of this connection here that is the issue. Yeah, if I stick an axle in there... Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe... We'll have to take the one out. Yeah, in theory, we can put a 5-long axle. I mean, okay, yeah, it's worth a try. In theory, we have to do some minor deconstruction. But like in theory, we can put a... I mean, I would just put a 5-long in. 2 5-long axles. And then that could go all the way into the legs. But see, it's still going to wobble. I don't think you're ever going to minimize the amount of wobble because it's only connected to one pin in the... And then, of course, we actually have to get rid of the axle that's in there. Because there is an axle that goes all the way through. Let's see now. Yeah, like it's still gonna wobble. Maybe it wobbles less, we'll see. We'll have to try it. It will require a little more construction shenanigans. Okay, back in business. Yeah, is it more solid? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, hold on. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no. We always have to make sure the axles are oriented properly when we're putting these legs together. That needs to be... The arm should swing the opposite direction of the legs. Yes, obviously. That is something that is not going to happen, sadly. Just by nature of the way the gears are meshing. I mean, the only way to... I just don't think there's room to put a gearbox inside the torso. It's really tight. There's not a lot of space in there. Got to put 1x6 tiles on the tops of the feet. Oh yeah, obviously. Like Santa. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't tile the tops of the feet. Are there some gears with a pinhole instead of an axle hole? I mean, there are, but not the ones we need to use. Oh no, it's a great suggestion. I mean, actually, it might be a little bit better still. So we'll see what happens here. I don't want my hand to be in the way. It's terrible. I mean, yeah, obviously the feet should go. I mean, as long as you don't go too much. Oh yeah, so as soon as you go too much, the feet hit still. But as I think Bill suggested, oh man, actually it still stands up at least, so that's good. So yeah, we can either round out the feet, which would actually be pretty easy to do, just require a little bit of rebuilding. But obviously then it doesn't quite look as good. Or we could We could do like use the side panels here to leave a little bit of space, but I think I'm going to worry about that later, because for now we can just not have this quite a big range of motion. Yeah, interesting. Maybe he just needs long toes. He just needs clogs. That actually fixes the problem. By the way, I saw your cat is safe at a toy store yesterday. Wow, I'm very tempted to get it. Let's tile off the feet. Okay, right. We'll tile off the feet. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that everything else is tiled, but they didn't tile tops of the feet. Seems crazy. Okay, we do need to support this, though. We somehow need... Yeah, and unfortunately... Well, I guess we also need air tanks. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is... Yeah, and actually if we... Like, if we want to support it from underneath, we'll have to thin out the legs anyway. Or we can support it from the back. Okay. Step one, I'm actually going to build the air tanks, which I believe are way at the back. I'm also curious if the air tanks will interfere with any of this. Obviously, we have a big axle sticking out the back, so that's going to be an issue. But obviously, I can reconfigure that at some point. But I'm curious what kind of space we have for the air tanks, and if the air tanks are connected strong enough, we can actually support. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Lego clogs, yeah, they're very famous. It's a very famous ramen restaurant here. Usually you have to queue up for 5 hours. Wow. I mean, that seems a bit ridiculous. Like, gotta bring a snack to stand in line. Oh, we have lots of blue of these rounded plates, so we can use to round off the feet if we need to. Amazing. Would you eat there if you were there? I would definitely not wait 5 hours to get food, no matter how good it was. I mean, ramen sounds tasty, though. Just jumping all over the place here. Yeah, we definitely have plenty of rounded plates and bricks if we need to round out the feet. Clearly, this connects. Interesting. There's almost enough. Sadly, I put an axle. I mean, you can't see. I put an axle, 5.5 long axle with the stop in it, so I can't actually pull that out. I'll have to take it out with some. To do some partial disassembly to take it out. But in the meantime, I guess I can just remove these panels in the back. But there's actually a lot of space in here. Interesting. We could definitely drive. If we take a bunch of these out, you could drive some kind of lift arm up through the bottom. To drive the movement if you want the motor to be outside of the model. I kind of like the idea of just using the head to manually instigate all the movement, though. Then it can be completely self-contained. Oh, I need another brick. Yeah, how much do the air tanks... Oh yeah, there's nozzles on the top of the air tanks that'll interfere with the rotation of the head, I believe. We'll worry about that when we get there. I don't think I have room for the 6 long rounded plates. The ends go into the body. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they might. I mean, I have left the gaps there, although except for the one at the top. I mean, they still might. I still think there's space for them. I fully expect we might have to do some rebuilding anyway to get all this to work. It's par for the course. guess. Yeah, what's my best way to do this? Actually, I guess for now I'm just going to remove these panels off the back. Just curious. Yeah, what do we got going on here? Yeah, so obviously I do have, I really wish there was excellent. Okay, yeah, without putting the nozzles on, we definitely have, but can the whole, oh yeah, we can definitely support the whole minifigure by holding on to the, oh yeah, the head is already interfering a little bit with the, but we can support the whole minifig just from the backpack, which is really good. It's funny, it's actually this plate right now is the only one that's interfering. I'm just going to replace that with a 2x3 plate. For now, it's just catching on the edges of these. But as far as the nozzles on the backpack go, what do they look like exactly? Yeah, I'm just gonna build these. And then we'll see. I have a feeling we might just have to redesign these slightly. If we want them to clear the rotation of the head. Right, so in theory, that goes there. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna. Yeah, obviously, I mean, in theory, maybe we could just like separate the tanks out by a plate, half a plate. I don't think you need much, actually. Yeah, you just need like half a plate. Oh, interesting. That 2x3 plate still interferes. I'm gonna put a boat stud there. It's just catching on the edges of these. But if I put a boat stud, That will mitigate that problem. Okay. But we want to see if we can suspend this. So for now, I'm just going to go quick and dirty. We're going to, actually, I guess I probably only need one for now. I'm just going to build a mighty tower out of bricks. It's gonna need to be a little bit beefy, so we'll do 4x4. Make sure we have enough support. Falconrich, not spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. Yeah. It is not a spaceship. It is better to support them in the back via the air tanks. Oh yeah, excellent. I tested out a display model for the Lego store last week. Sadly, did not move. Ah, it's a shame. Actually, the advantage of having this, I can already tell. Wah! Don't lift them up by the head. Is that it'll block the feet from going back too far, which will prevent. I want it like one brick higher. Ooh, it's a bit top heavy. Ooh, it's a bit tight. I think our base needs to be more than just a plate. I mean, technically, let's see what happens when I put the head on. Oh, he's a bit tilty. Ah. Sadly, oh my gosh. Well, because I took those, there's a few issues right now. Because I took the back of those tanks off. It's not quite as strong as it used to be. We also need a little bit more support there. Don't lift them up by the head. Oh my gosh, terrible. Okay, excellent. We definitely need a beefier base, though. A single plate is not quite good enough. Right, there we go. Oh yeah, super solid. Okay. Amazing. Okay, for the air tanks, we can definitely do something. I think it's just the stuff in the middle that's the biggest problem. So we're just gonna redesign it a little bit. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we can probably improve that a little bit, but for now, that'll be good. Yeah, and then because we have this tower here preventing the feet from going back too much, we actually we can probably go oh, man down. Man, he's a bit unstable. We'll actually see if we can we'll definitely need to build like a much more solid tower to support them. But for the moment, well, actually that needs to be even further up. For the moment, his head definitely has a tendency of falling off. Okay. We'll get a little more clearance for the feet. Oh, now it's a little too much. Oh, I see. All right, there we go. Okay, so after all that, what do we actually have going on here? If you don't have... Falco Rich loves the motion Deborah. If you don't have to run it by the motor, do you just know the axle coming out all the way out the back? No, we do not, for sure. In fact, we need no axle coming out the back. At all. In fact, we don't even need the gear that it's connected to on the inside. I still want the option though, but I will replace that with a shorter axle so that we can put the back of the air tanks on, back on. And then if we do need to drive it, as I said, we can drive it from underneath the air tanks. He's just strutting his stuff. I mean, obviously, there are a few things that would be better. Like, yeah, the legs should go in the opposite direction of the arms. But maybe it's like he's more like a... Who knows how you walk in space? Maybe this is how you naturally walk in space. Gray footprints on the plate. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need to decorate the base plate needs to be decorated a little bit so that... yeah, we need a little crater, maybe some footprints, tile it up a little bit. Walking on sunshine, whoa, walking on sunshine. Yeah, it's not bad though. I gotta say, not too bad. I mean, it works really well. For being completely self-contained, it's actually pretty awesome. I must say. He's like, it's like he's a small child being lifted up by his big brother trying to run away. Let me go! Oh yeah, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. I mean, for some reason, he looks more walking now, so. Tell me that. Use my walking ladies man. And I actually do like the fact that this limiting the tower limiting the range of motion of the legs just means they don't interfere, which is great. So they never don't overlap. Oh no! But yeah, this tower obviously is gonna need like some massive support. I feel like it just needs a little bit of Technic reinforcement on the sides just so that it doesn't break. Like going into the base. But yeah, that can all happen later. And I think I would still like to... I think it'd be cool if you just had this on display at a show or something. And then I would still stick a motor on it. Just to have them like slowly walking back and forth. And that would all be driven. Let's just stick a... I'm just going to use one of these. And one of these. An axle. Just gonna create a knob in the back so that I can just manually, control from the back. Oh no. Oh, I actually did go a little bit too far. If you go too much, the legs swing forward and then they interfere. I guess I would probably, if I were to do this for reals, I was gonna put like some crater decorations, which maybe will look too round. Yeah, maybe a little too round. Don't have any light gray 8x16 plates. We'll worry about that later. Oh, it's fine for now. I never thought upscale figure could be motorized. It's really cool. Oh, thanks. It has started raining. That's sad. Okay. Actually, I guess we're done though in terms of it still pleases me so much to see this guy doing his thing. Yeah, I guess the only thing that I would do, I mean, obviously the base could be decorated a little bit better. Maybe this base could be a little bit bigger, like a whole base plate. I guess in theory I could build, well actually, where's my moon plate? In theory we could build this onto an actual base plate. Obviously, we might as well just put them on a crater plate. Which sadly is not the same color because it's old gray. Oh, I think it would be safe to sway him from side to side as well. Yeah, interestingly, or even just like bobbing up and down a little bit every time he takes a step. Oh my god. He's so heavy though that I think whatever mechanism he used to do that would be, it's always a challenge when you're driving heavy things. It's a real challenge. Especially you can actually make them walk pretty quick because everything's counterbalanced. The arms counterbalance each other, so do the legs. And they don't have that much mass. The head is probably the thing that has the most mass. I mean, it still requires a little bit of force to do this, but to move the entire thing like up and down quickly. If you're running them slow, it won't be too bad. But you can actually make them walk pretty quick. But to have the whole astronaut move up and down that quickly, I think would be pretty challenging. And Borsal, there you can really see the difference between the old light gray and the new light gray. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do have pretty harsh lighting in here too, but but yeah, that's pretty sweet. I think I would obviously like build that into the base plate a little bit nicer. Stick a motor on it. But overall, yeah, it worked out really well actually. Pretty pleased with how it turned out. I'll definitely refine this a little bit off stream when it's done, just to yeah, turn it into a nice little display piece that I can like bring to a show. And then we'll see what happens when we run it for like an hour or 2 or 3. There's definitely some things that are like rubbing against each other, like the feet. Long term, it might still be worthwhile to kind of separate them a little bit. I don't know. I also noticed the arms, if you have the arms really tight, there's the arms hit the very tip of this piece, this like wedge cheese slope here. It's not quite a smooth transition. The arm definitely gets like stuck up on the edge of that. Which will cause some wear over time. You can kind of separate the arms out from the axe or from the body a little bit to make it smoother, but I don't know if they'll actually stay there long term if you're running it for like 3 hours. Considering he's in space, he won't be bobbing up and down very fast. Yeah, that's true. We could definitely just run him pretty slow. Deborah, he's pretty cool for Spaceman. You've done really well. Thanks. Yeah, I wonder if we could do something similar with the other. Are they all constructed the same way? All these giant minifigs? I have no idea. This is the only one I have, but imagine they could be, even if they aren't. But yeah, I guess I can't just leave this running because I haven't motorized it at the end of the stream. I guess I can just sit here and manually do it. But I think, I guess we're at 2 hours, so we'll wrap it up there. And yeah, I'll probably make a little story, post on Instagram of it running. I guess I can sit here. Hold on. We'll change the angle. Bill, torso and arms are the same. Old legs were ball joints. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Mostly the same, except this one has a different hips, and the other ones use a large ball joint. Oh, yeah, okay. Kayleen, great building today. Have a nice day, Jason. Cheers, thanks. Hope everybody else has a good day as well. I'm just gonna sit here and manually do this while I say goodbye. Yeah, thanks for everybody for joining. Thanks, Brian, for doing the modding. And yeah, wish everybody a happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, Deborah. And we'll see everybody next week. Next week as well, I might go Thursday. I'm not sure yet. I might have something going on Friday. I'm not too sure. But either way, Thursday or Friday. Space babies. But yeah, thanks for everybody for joining. We will see everybody next week. And yeah. Thanks for watching. Keep on building. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.